So tomorrow we get iOS 18, right? Launches, releases, you'll have iOS 18 available tomorrow. Now of course, as has been previously mentioned, all of the Apple intelligence features, so to speak, aren't gonna roll out. They won't be available tomorrow. They're gonna roll out later this fall, according to the Apple website. And I may just link this PDF provided on the Apple website that just lists the features that are going to be available in detail, very nicely organized, and with some release dates. So, Apple Intelligence, with all of its stuff, comes later this fall to iOS 15 Pro, to iPhone 15 Pro and all of the iPhone 16s, the entire iPhone 16 line of phones. Uh, that's as far as Apple Intelligence goes. Now, other AI features come later next year, 2025, and it may have been listed somewhere here actually. Let's see. Some features, additional languages. Apple Intelligence is available in beta on iPhone 15 Pro models, iPhone 16, and later models with Siri and device language set to US English. It is coming to iOS 18 as a free software update this fall. Some features, additional languages, and platforms will be coming over the course of the next year. So the folks who are getting iPhone 16, like you know who you are, your iPhone 16 that you're gonna have like later on in September perhaps is gonna be, very similar to the iPhone 15 software-wise, 15 Pro software-wise, with the exception of the physical differences and the camera differences, the camera button on the side and how you access some of the camera controls from that button. It's cool as a technology, as an engineering achievement. It's kind of nice, but it's just more of the same. Yet another way to access the camera, yet another way to adjust some of the settings. When you survey the features that should be available starting tomorrow, unless there's something that Apple isn't telling us or that isn't available or obvious from the PDF available on their website, you got some customizations related to how icons are displayed on the home screen, like how you get dark icons, how you can get larger icons. If you toggle to the larger icon setting on the home screen, the names of the apps disappear, which really doesn't matter much because you can tell what they are from the logo and the color. You can tint your icons. I would think when you tint your icons at first glance, it's going to be just a tinge harder to identify which icon this is if you have the larger icon option toggled on, because you've lost the name and you've lost the color. So you can still tell by design, but it's going to take you an extra little bit of time. You can organize, you place your app icons on and widgets however you like, so you can customize the way the home screen looks in that sense. Control Center becomes redesigned. That should also be something that's available immediately, as part of the key features. So this should be available, to my understanding, starting tomorrow. Says Control Center is redesigned with convenient groups of controls, the ability to arrange controls just the way you want, and support for new controls from third-party apps. Then you have groups of controls and whatnot. Photos are getting some kind of organization. There's going to be a cleanup tool available, which is similar to the thing you've had on your Pixel phones for a while now, to Magic Eraser, the Apple version is Cleanup. It says remove distracting elements from your photos with the cleanup tool for those times when an unwanted object spoiled the moment. Okay, fine. What I think is going to be useful, we won't go through the whole list. I'm not going to read all that out. What I think is actually going to matter starting tomorrow is going to be your ability to write a message and schedule sending it at a later time that you schedule. So the send later option for messages, that's actually a useful update. It's not like a Genmoji that's going to come later, with Apple Intelligence. It's gimmicky to me. I'm not a fan, but whatever you want. If you like to play with that kind of thing, sure. Sending later scheduling a message to send later, that's a useful feature. So that's something that a bunch of us can use, especially when someone wants to send a text message overnight that's got to do with like travel plans, or telling a loved one not to forget something before they head out to the airport, or letting a coworker know something about their schedule that's changing the following morning because it's like midnight and you don't want to text them now. Stuff like that. That can be useful. Another nice thing to have, which is going to be, you're finally getting RCS messaging support, which basically, per Apple's words, brings support for richer media and more reliable group messaging than SMS MMS, as well as delivery and read receipts. So for your friends who use Android, things are going to be more pleasurable in terms of their messaging, the messaging experience between the both of you. There's a mail update, there's some Safari updates, movie and TV show highlights, music highlights, listen to an artist's song or album and your favorite streaming app from a music highlight. Passwords, easily save your passwords and passkeys and autofill them into websites and apps, either by saving them during account creation or manually adding them later. Sure, okay. Maps are getting an upgrade. Maps brings all new topographic maps, hikes, and route creation to make it easy for you to adventure using maps. So it has hiking and walking support now. That's going to be useful. I still think scheduled messages, from everything I've seen, that tops the list in my book. You're gonna enjoy a richer fan experience with a beautiful new design and great new features with this event tickets feature in the wallet, including support for live activities and a smart event guide that combines helpful information about your event with recommendations from your favorite Apple apps. Okay. Very good. I mean, Notes is getting the audio recording. You can record audio sessions right from your Note. You capture a phone conversation as text and audio, so you get phone call transcription. That's nice as well. You're also, like, another thing that I think is going to be useful, especially for students of different sorts, would be the updates calculator gets, like graphing. You type out an equation, and with a tap, you can insert a graph, and then you can zoom in or out or pan around the graph and resize it to get it just right. You can add multiple equations on the same graph to see how they relate to one another. Math notes, with a new math notes calculator, you can evaluate expressions, assign variables, and even create graphs by simply typing out math. You can easily assign values to variables with iOS 18 and then use those variables in expressions you can solve. So for example, you can assign x to equal 10 and then type x plus 20 to get an answer which is going to be 30. So that's useful. Then a refreshed look for calendar. The camera gets a 5-second timer in addition to 3 and 10-second timers. Fine, incremental upgrades. And like a list of other things. I will probably link this in the description down below. A lot of things are coming tomorrow. What I do want to say is I was chatting with a friend the other day, and one thing that does come to his mind when we were talking about it is, okay, he has an older iPhone. He's got a XS. Now, an iOS upgrade is coming. It's tomorrow, right? iOS 18. His thought process was, I don't even know if he was talking about iOS 18 or something that's a bit older. He's like, my phone's older. If I do a software upgrade, what am I, like, I use the phone for work. I have, like, I attend work meetings on my phone. I rely on it for work. It's not just for my personal use. With the upgrade being an older iPhone, if it starts getting slow and glitchy and all that, then how can I rely on it for work? If it's going to slow it down, should I upgrade to the new iOS or not? Should I get the new update or not? And if it's going to slow things down, I don't want to buy an expensive new iPhone. That's the real problem that some people face. Eventually, I think technologically you're going to have to upgrade at some point. I'm feeling that people can probably go for the base model iPhone because if you're really needing it for work, you're needing it for like work meetings and whatnot, you'll be able to do that on the base model iPhone 16. And it's gonna be, it starts at like $799 or something. So I mean, it's going to be doable financially, especially since there was a report already by Ming-Chi Kuo saying that he's got information that people aren't buying the iPhone 16 Pro as much, and more people are buying the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus as well. If I can find that somewhere here, I'll share it. Here it is. So according to Ming-Chi Kuo, iPhone 16 Pro Max is down 16% compared to last year. iPhone 16 Pro is down 27% compared to last year. He's talking about demand and sales, and how iPhone 16 and 16 Plus have had more sales compared to last year's iPhones. So iPhone 16 Pro Max is down 16% compared to last year. iPhone 16 Pro is down 27% compared to last year. iPhone 16 Plus is up 48% compared to last year, which shows you where people's priorities are. They just want a bigger screen, and they don't care about the Pro features. People don't care. And iPhone 16 is up 10% compared to last year. So for those who have an older iPhone, who just want to cash out a new one, and they use it for work, if you don't care much about the larger screen, I think it would make sense to consider the base model iPhone 16, and it's gonna be a cost obviously that you're gonna incur, and you'll just have to live with that kind of bill. But basically, excuse me, I'm just toggling on the Apple website as we speak. Yeah, they're doing iPhone 16 Pro pre-orders, from $999. Never mind that. iPhone 16, pardon me. I have a really old iPad. Interesting. iPhone 16, you're looking at iPhone 16 from $799, 16 plus $899, and your 16 Pro starts at $999. So iPhone 16 almost 800 to almost 1,000 on the 16 Pro. If you are buying it for the functionality, and you'll still get all the Apple Intelligence stuff later on, iPhone 16, just the $799 base model, sounds like it's a smart buy. Of course, if you go to that, you also have lots of options for colors. If you're getting the 128 gigs, it's $799. 256 is $899. So, pick your poison. But there is an argument to be made for the base model iPhone 16, not even the larger one, and you get value for money. These are the big things. Like, what do you guys think? Would you even consider buying an iPhone 16? Like, if you're coming from a 15, obviously not. From a 14, if you really want the Apple Intelligence stuff, you're not going to get it on the 14 models. But do you even care? A lot of people don't care. There was actually more talk, I think also by Ming-Chi Kuo, about how a bunch of people really don't care about the AI features at all. And honestly, for good reason. What do you guys think of the upcoming iOS upgrade that we're going to be getting? So let me know in the comments. If you like this, please share it, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you next time.